Inspect the
A
mattress.
single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
That embrasure, what can you see through it?
Inspect
There's
the
a
wall.
firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the
Quite
concrete
old and
first.
grimy, from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Alright, we're gonna look through it. Let's see what
The
happens.
springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
On the left?
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
And between the two?
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. You see a small fleck of white on the rooftop, the upstairs window of Clausia's room, in the snow, reflecting light.
There it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
Yes. Yes, I
More
do.
than that,
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside
A
the
pair
room.
of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Kim, I could make it. I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Yes, we figured it
Affirmative.
out.
It's
Booyah.
only moderately effective footwork until we have the weapon.
Don't rain
It
on
will
my
not
parade,
be-
Kim.
How do you say it? Booyah? Until we have that.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more.
We should move now.
Let's go. Alright. What do we get? This. Does this thing have fuel? There is still some fuel in this battered canister, a liter or two. Alright, cool. Let's go. Alright, I just want to go power up the... Do we have enough stuff? Let's see if we have enough fuel. I feel like neither of us are dressed properly for this weather.
This old cylinder. The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant
All right, let's
flicks
pull
the
this rope.
switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse
Yay!
before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Alright, we did it. Oh gosh. Let's just check this out again. Is it still?
Soft covers, serialized fantastique, and detective stories Animal Adventures, a magazine for electrical and
Let's check out and see if do we have anything that can be like conceptualization. Let's just get an idea. I don't want to like waste my time putting a bunch of stuff on him if we don't have enough. We have +1 conceptualization. I feel like that's... Oh, we have the jacket too. Alright, let's put the jacket and the shirt on and see what happens, shall we?
soft covers, serialized.
Let's try it.
Fantastic. Oh yes, under the bed there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Elysium. It's not exactly like reading.
Look, Kim, powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful.
Elysium. I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him. Wasn't there some in the communist student's room?
A student in the apartment building seemed to have some as well.
Well, yes. That one student did.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Critical theory books. What do you think this
Again,
means?
I am not a philosopher, but whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
Alright. Let's go check out this, this door. Oh wait, we had to go over here and open it. Okay.
A dim golden glow animates the console. Faint, like a ghost light. Urgence ouvert.
Alright, we know what it says.
Automatic boot.
Open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A
Yes!
shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Did it! Open this baby up.
After you.
Let's go. All right. All right, what do we have here? Something unlocked. Novelty dice maker, mirror. All right. I will say that scrolling through those things is really hard in this game. So a lot of times I just forget it. I'm just like, it's not worth it. Alright, let's go outside. Okay. Small white flowers blossom all around you. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. I feel like we're gonna find the, you know, fire or whatever the kids talked about around here somewhere. Yep, here. The fire dude.
black tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth,
Ew.
then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Are you the fire guy?
You what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their
I
fire?
may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your... Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
Fueled the generator.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was
The
coming?
boat engine. On the water.
Nice gun you got
It's
out
not
there.
nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is it a Belgian
It's a
grave?
3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samarin made, exotic, must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
He pats the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Safre Empire, extinguished in '06.
It's not wiped from the board. I remember
They
it.
wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth.
Wow. Okay.
Dog.
Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
There does not seem to be a magazine in the well. The rifle's side is clearly visible.
Okay, but keep the gun down while we talk.
No.
Oh God,
Put
Kim.
it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song. The old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks up into the sky.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years?
No. I've been on other islands too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Again, you've been hiding here for 43... What is this place? How have you survived all this
How
time?
does anyone survive? I steal
What do you steal?
supplies, vegetables, collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
He coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
Oh, you're dying,
It does
sir.
seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
We have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped? Mentally.
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins.
Oof.
And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead.
How did you get between here and the
At
mainland?
night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animal.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
The weapons cache under Sangulay 22B. In the basement, have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were.
Useless now. Rusted away.
So you've been there.
Sleeping. Some nights. ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to.
Oh, he's been
Not
everywhere.
anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed
A
themselves?
lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Tell me another
The
thing.
old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender?
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
We're with the RCM. Let's leave it at that.
Yes. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their
Oh,
adversary.
dude, stop being difficult.
Communist Danceland. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave
He is
for
slightly
trying
insane.
to free humanity.
His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing
A
fit.
spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the
Ew.
fireplace. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The Communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
he just wipes the blood from his chin.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
So you're a communist
No,
soldier.
I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
Sorry, my cat wants to sit on my lap. But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Alright. What does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the Commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a knight philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
I'm not saying anything. Alright, so you've been hiding for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
I don't even... That's dead fast.
It's not how a human being should live.
Hold on.
But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic in dark red government marked heavy.
Oh, so we
fuel
finally
oil.
got backup.
Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smelling of petroleum. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting
For what?
for her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
That's not what they're planning.
I am not a fool. I know. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for our revolution has passed.
I have another.
It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered.
All right,
Well
fine, we get it.
done. It's not an island, what? It's a defensive fortification.
All right, it's a fort. We knew that was a fort.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay,
All right.
go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So you're saying you've killed people after active fighting
What did
stopped?
I just say?
He keeps shaking his head erratically suddenly. He brushes something out of his eye.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill Colonel? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me.
Alright, which one do you say
Nothing
then?
comes to you. Silence.
This one.
The who now?
He leans in and cups his
He
ear.
heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
The lieutenant makes a sudden step toward
I
him.
am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
Okay, let's back off for a minute.
You're lost, Dwat. You're lost. Petit bourgeois.
A drop of blood. That's right. Pile it
We've done the
all on him
ballistics.
now.
The shot
I
came from
saw
this
you
island.
poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies.
I feel like I'm gonna blow this.
Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
The lieutenant softens his
You've
voice.
been here a long time, Mr. Dros. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. done his part.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.